Tonight, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Coming up, a rematch of Super Bowl 50 between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On first down, it's Newton. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's now second and 10.
Newton now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is caught. And a fake will work. He's going to have a first down. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. To the air again, Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Christian McCaffrey, the complete package. He's got the power, the hands, the agility, and he certainly also has the speed as evidenced there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They get a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. 25 yards that time. As we get things started out here, CD, what is a thing or two that you're going to be keeping your eye on as this ball game unfolds?
Well, I'll be keeping a strong eye on how a quarterback who's 0-4 this year responds to multiple weeks of criticism, because all offseason we're hearing about how he was ready to come back and take his place at the top of the NFL after an injury-plagued season last year. This season is right on the brink of becoming a complete disaster, and he might be the only guy who can save this team, but he has to go out and play like the guy we expected to see at the beginning of this year.
And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Newton throwing again. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now 3rd down.
Throwing again is Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. That was a nice-looking throw right there for the first down. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. One rushing, one receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And incomplete on the deep ball. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. To throw again. Lock. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
For the 2-point conversion.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Broncos, nothing.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Now a a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. Still going inside the 30. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that.
Now a hit and a loose football.
They don't even matter. They don't matter.
And he will score. Touchdown Panthers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. 34-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Broncos first down.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From midfield, here's Locke. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And it's 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Jeudy.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter.
And he'll take a shot here for Hooper down.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things,
They introduce a
you
running
want to
play.
make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Block. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far. 2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Flushed out right. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
He's going to try and take off with it. Newton out wide. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They've got 3 tight ends here on first, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from a yard out. And this offense is running away with this one. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock. And this is incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that one results in 35 yards. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And 9 at the Panthers' 33-yard line.
Now Lock again. He hits Beasley right side. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd down.
Again, it's Lock. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, now a hit and a loose football. Look at him go inside the 30.
What you doing out
He
there,
will take this all the way.
Let's go.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Justin Rohrwasser sent to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From way up at the 23.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his second touchdown of the night. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
39-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
I messed up.
That's true. You've said that before.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it?
It's alright though, because they're not coming back.
It just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Clock now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return this time...
This is their first time ever getting a fumble. Oh, my God.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't...
Both of you, let's go. I ain't even had to call it.
Overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger.
Oh, that's not a fumble.
You're doing so, and there's your end result right there. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing here, Newton. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. It's a short kick taken out. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
He was trying to go back to Moore there. That'll bring up 2nd down. He's going to look, and this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Yo, I'm not stopping till I get 100.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Block. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000.
Come on, Mom. Now let me down. Come on, DJ Moore.
He's going to throw it. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside.
We're good when you finish. We're good. We're good.
He takes it all the way down to the 28-yard
92-0. Dang, I tried to get 100, but it's all right.
After a month of subpar football, this team finally notches their first win of the season.
They can certainly breathe a momentary sigh of relief, can't they? But they also know there's plenty of work still to be done. The 1992 San Diego Chargers still remain the only team in NFL history that made the playoffs after starting their year 0-4, so they've got a big hill to climb.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
$333. Oh my God.
I was pleased with how I played, and it felt like coach's confidence was returning.
Finish this, bro. Let's go.
It's funny that such a short and simple conversation can be such a turning point. But in retrospect, we probably had already reached the turning point by then.